Hello, wrestling fans. This is King Twan Gaming coming to you with a new wrestling game. This is called Wrestling's Finest, and I made a little card today. We're going to start a tournament to get to the whoever wins this tournament becomes the or has a chance to become the heavyweight champion. We're going to have a battle royal on one side and a heavyweight tournament on the other. So there'll be 64 wrestlers that start the wild card. Actually, there'll be 32 that start the wild card. There'll be the wild card matches. There'll be 16 of those matches, 32 wrestlers, and then they'll face 16 round one wrestlers. And then after that, the wrestler that wins is the top seed. He'll be like the NFL champion, compared to the NFC champion, and the winner of the battle royal would be the AFC champion, and they'll face each other. Whoever wins gets the heavyweight title belts. So I'm gonna have I think at least a 16-man battle royal after that. So that'll be a main event. But here we are. This is the first. This is called the Sunday Bash. It takes place today, Sunday, the 5th of February, 2023, at the Waterloo, Iowa Convention Center. Attendance 12,500. The first match we have today is Billy Gunn versus Tony Atlas. And then the second, these are wild card matches. The second match is Nick Bockwinkel versus Bob Backlund. Third is Ox Baker at Steve Austin. And then the fourth match is the British Bulldog versus the Junkyard Dog. So, let's start the next card event. You can go to view card here if you want. That's viewing the card for the wrestler. So we have Billy Gunn on one side. We're not going to have managers in this. There's no managers in this tournament. We'll put managers in later. The wrestlers go out there by themselves. Okay. This is not for a title match, a world title match. Computer controls wrestler 2. Computer controls wrestler 1. Pre-match setting, normal. Set classic scientific style, set 2 of 3 falls match. Set no disclosure modes. We'll have 30-minute time limit. And we're going to go classic match style prior to 2000. And okay. Let's see what happens here.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
One fall. Action. Matchups analysis 113-104. Okay. Billy Gunn, upon entering the ring, changes charges Tony Atlas, who sidesteps him, which causes Billy Gunn to go flying out of the ring in the arena floor below. Reduced stamina by -30. Press start to check the pin.
1, 2.
Tony Atlas drops from the ropes and delivers his flying forearm. Actions happen outside the ring. Tony Atlas nails Billy Gunn with a chair shot to the head. Blam! Tony Atlas pursues Billy Gunn into the near corner where the referee calls for a clean break, which he receives. Billy Gunn slips on a wet spot and loses control. Billy Gunn is locked in, which allows him to quickly counter the move. Suplex attempt countered. Disqualified check. Strategy card used. Possible DQ is stopped. Billy Gunn setting up to use a specialty move. Go for it. Okay. The Fame Master counter. Tony Atlas surprised the opponent with a nice counter. Tony Atlas grabs Billy Gunn from behind and throws him backwards into a back suplex. Tony Atlas surprises Billy Gunn with a big chop to the midsection. Blam! Attempt to pin 14.
1, 2, and he gets 3.
Okay, so Billy Gunn delivers a kick that is barely above Tony Atlas's belt. Pin attempt. Tony Atlas is pinned at 351. Billy Gunn damage cuts minus 73.0. Tony Atlas damage cuts minus 5. Post-match action. Billy Gunn is ready to attack Tony Atlas following the match, but changes his mind when he sees an ally of Tony Atlas at ringside. So Tony Atlas is out of the tournament. So Billy Gunn continues on. Next we have Nick Bockwinkel at Bob Backlund.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Bob Backlund has the edge, it looks like. Okay. Mike Bockwinkel has control, illegal face rake to Bob Backlund. He grabs the face of Bob and gives him a twist. Suplex attempt, but Bob Backlund is ready for the opponent's move. Pin holds countered. Nick Bockwinkel scouted his opponent very well. Action is happening outside the ring.
Who is a mess? Oh, he is a mess.
Nick Bockwinkel shoulder blocks Bob Backlund off the ring apron, which causes him to fall to the arena floor. Bob Backlund's upper lip is ripped open on the inside, and blood starts to flow like a river. Nick Bockwinkel knows that controlling the head controls the body, so he applies a standing headlock on Bob Backlund in the center of the ring. Bockwinkel applies a leg lock to Bob Backlund. Bockwinkel hooks Bob Backlund and delivers a fisherman suplex. Bob Backlund uses a perfectly timed flying mirror to bring Nick Bockwinkel down on the canvas. Blam! But he's bleeding profusely. Bob Backlund has to control legal chop. Bob Backlund fires away a series of chops to Nick Bockwinkel's chest. Bob Backlund asks the referee for equipment check, but the referee denies the request. Nick Bockwinkel delivers a forearm uppercut to the jaw of Bob Backlund. Blood spurts out. Possible disqualify event, yes. Possible disqualification is stopped. You may try an illegal pin attempt if you want to. Yes. Nick Bockwinkel attempts to pin while Bockwinkel has his foot on the ropes.
1.
No pin. Done. Bockwinkel uses Bob Backlund's hair to gain added leverage. Bockwinkel jumps on Bob Backlund while he was draped throat first over the bottom rope. Severe punishment to Bob Backlund today. Bob Backlund frustrates Nick Bockwinkel with his quickness and speed. Possible disqualify event. Has a choice of moves, pick one. arm holds. He did counter Nick Bachman with arm hold, reduces stamina by -6. Press the start check for submission.
1.
No submission on the arm bar or arm holds. Bob Backlund hoping to slow down Nick Bachman. Down smashes Nick Bachman's hand repeatedly on the mat. We'll try a pin. INT occurred. Call for us outside help. No.
1.
No pin. 7:28 into the match. We got no time limit on this one, so we don't have a timeline. Action is happening outside the ring. Bob Backlund smashes Nick Bachman with a chair shot across his back. Uh-oh. Bob Backlund changes his mind just a little too late and so he loses control. Especially a move for Nick Bachman. Figure 4 leg lock. Nick Bachman vaults on the ropes and delivers a flying clothesline. 10 attempts. Nick Bachman uses the ropes for leverage.
1.
No pin. Bob Backlund gets out of it. Bachman overeager in his approach, which caused him to lose control. Bob Backlund's choice of moves. Punches. Punches. Boom, boom, boom. Bob Backlund set up to use a specialty move. Running atomic drop. Countered. Nick Bachman slips away from the opponent's move. Nick Bachman scoops Bob Backlund up and slams him to the canvas. No illegal pin attempt this time. Check for pin 1. Ropes. Bachman becomes pressure, which allows Bob Backlund to take control. Bob Backlund drops in the ropes and delivers a flying leg drop. Boom! Bob Backlund loads on Nick Bachman with a beautiful drop kick. Nick Bachman staggering. And we're going to try to pin him.
1, 2.
No pin. Bob Backlund surprises the opponent with a rolling reverse. Action's happening outside the ring now. Nick Bachman wants control. Nick Bachman attacks Bob Backlund as he climbs through the ropes in an effort to get back into the ring. Bob Backlund, hoping to grind the match out, applies a painful armbar. Legal whip rope countered. Nick Bachman easily avoids the opponent's move. Nick Bachman decides to slow the pace of the match down and locks in a headlock and squeezes off the blood flow. Bachwinkle is applying extreme pressure to Bob Backlund's hamstring with a hamstring stretch. Uh-oh. And then he bites him. Nick Bachman bites Bob Backlund's arm. Let's check for submission. Nick Bachman clamps on the claw like a hold to immobilize the opponent.
1, 2.
No submission. Gets out of it. It's a good match. 14 minutes. Nick Bachman surprises the opponent with a side roll. He's got his shoulders down. Let's see if he pins him.
1, 2.
3. He pins Bob Backlund. No pin. No, it says no pin. Almost a 3 count. Not quite. Nick Bachman rips Bob Backlund into the ropes and hits him double thrust to the throat. Nick Bachman scoops Bob Backlund up and slams him to the canvas, which caused severe shock to the lower lumbar region. And Bob Backlund's bleeding on top of that. There's a puddle of blood on the mat. Nick Bachman was applying intense pressure to Bob Backlund's knee. Punches reduce stamina by 5. Legal throw countered. Bob Backlund knows the opponent telegraphing the move and reacts quickly to counter the move. Bob Backlund grabs Nick Bockwinkel by the forward and chin, twisting the neck in the process. Bob Backlund miscalculates his move and Nick Bockwinkel takes over control. If he asks for one again, we'll say no this time. Check for regular pin.
1, 2.
Interception occurred. Call for outside help. No pin. Close. 17 minutes and 49 seconds into the match. Flying knee drop. Illegal punches and Nick Bockwinkel bails Bob Backlund with a series of punches. Nick Bockwinkel gains the knee to leverage and lifts Bob Backlund up for a high vertical suplex. Boom. A well-prepared Bob Backlund is more than ready for the opponent's move. So he's countered it. Bob Backlund stomps Nick Bockwinkel on his shoulder. Wrestlers stumble into the ropes. Referees tell them to break up cleanly, which both wrestlers do, but in the process, heated words are exchanged. Nick Bockwinkel headbutts Bob Backlund squarely on the jaw. Blood spurts out of his jaw, which has been ripped open. His lips have been ripped open earlier. Bob Backlund smartly outmaneuvers his opponent. Illegal punches. Bob Backlund peppers Bockwinkel with a flurry of quick punches. Nick Bockwinkel hooks Bob Backlund's trunks and delivers a high vertical suplex. Uh-oh. Legal leg hold. Bob Backlund has an ankle twist locked on Nick Bockwinkel. Bob Backlund whips Nick Bockwinkel into the ropes and drills him with a high knee to the face. Blam! Bob Backlund peppers Bockwinkel with a flurry of quick punches again. Bob Backlund hears individual shouts of encouragement that boosts his confidence. Keeps stamina by 5. Got cuts at minus 31 and damage at minus 236. Bob Backlund tries to lure Nick Bockwinkel down by applying a headlock while keeping Nick Bockwinkel on the mat. Bob Backlund gets Nick Bockwinkel trapped in the corner and has the opportunity to deliver a cheap shot, but decides to break cleanly. Bob Backlund doing arm holds. Nick Bockwinkel kicks Bob Backlund in the back, reduced stamina by 5. Bob Backlund looking to inflict some nasty punishment as Nick Bockwinkel tied up in a shoulder lock. Bob Backlund picks Nick Bockwinkel up for a vertical suplex. Pin attempt.
1.
No pin. Bob Backlund pushes Nick Bockwinkel in the ropes and on the break. Gives a very hard push to Nick Bockwinkel's chest. Debris has been thrown into the ring. When the referee tries to kick it out, he misses and the fans start chanting, "We messed up." Outside the ring, action punches from Nick Bockwinkel. Pinholds counter. Bob Backlund outmaneuvers the opponent. Bob Backlund jabs a thumb into Nick Bockwinkel's throat while holding him in the headlock. Bob Backlund is applying extreme pressure to Nick Bockwinkel's hamstring with a hamstring stretch. Pushes check for pin. Bob Backlund forces Bockwinkel to quicken the pace, causing fatigue to set in.
1, 2.
No pin. We're at 27 minutes. What a match. Bob Backlund bounces off the ropes and drops a leg across Nick Bockwinkel. Boom, over his chest. Bob Backlund stomps Nick Bockwinkel in the midsection. Blam! Bob Backlund uses an extremely painful arm breaker. Check for submission.
1.
No submission. Bob Backlund hoping to grind the match out, places an armbar on Nick Bockwinkel. Bob Backlund ties Nick Bockwinkel up in a reverse leg lock. Bob Backlund must use a specialty move Running atomic drop countered. Nick Bachman was expected to move for the opponent. Nick Bachman executes an extremely painful arm breaker to Bob Backlund. Nick Bachman executes an extremely painful arm breaker. INT occurred, which means interference occurred. Bob Backlund called for outside help. Ally, who just recently came to the ringside, rings the timekeeper's bell. Referee realizes what happens and DQs Bob Backlund for outside interference. Nick Bachman with damage cuts 180. Bob Backlund was hurt. Minus 251. Bob Backlund loses the match for outside interference. One of his allies come down. I don't know who that is yet. We'll figure that out further on. Okay, everybody, welcome to the Waterloo Convention Center. Our third match is going to be the heavyweight tournament match wild card for Ox Baker versus Steve Austin. We will choose wrestling 1, we will choose wrestling 2. Okay. Set time limit for 45 minutes. Okay.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Okay. Ox Baker has the disadvantage here. Ox Baker weighing at 340 pounds and 6'5". Stone Cold Steve Austin weighs 255, or just Steve Austin. This is the early Steve Austin. 255 at 6'2". Okay. Ox Baker nonchalantly enters the ring and then suddenly goes after Steve Austin, who has turned his back. Ox Baker uses several punches and kicks to punish Steve Austin. Ox Baker hits Steve Austin with a series of body punches. Ox Baker uncorks a big punch to stagger Steve Austin. Wham! Ox Baker clamps on a claw to hold to immobilize his opponent. Ox Baker hits Steve Austin with a series of body punches. Ox Baker delivers a brutal uppercut to Steve Austin's groin.
1.
Steve Austin getting the punishment so far in this early part of the match. Not even 2 minutes in, he's been manhandled. Ox Baker fish hooks Steve Austin's mouth and pulls away. Ox Baker whips Steve Austin into the ropes and catches him with a big boot. Ox Baker senses the move as Pinholds has control. Pinholds counter. Ox Baker senses the move is coming, makes an excellent counter. Ox Baker maneuvers opponent into standing abdominal stretch.
1.
No submission. Ox Baker jumps on Steve Austin while he's draped rope first over the bottom rope. Ox Baker headbutts Steve Austin on the neck.
1, 2.
No pin. Steve Austin hanging in there. Not much action out of Steve Austin yet, though. He hasn't done anything. Ox Baker kicks Steve Austin in the solar plexus. Ox Baker pulls opponent's trunks for leverage. Ox Baker has Steve Austin high in the air and slams him hard on the mat.
1, 2.
No pin, but it was very close. Ox Baker steps on Steve Austin's throat, using his boot to hold him down. Illegal hair pull. Steve Austin's prepared for the plunge move and makes a dandy counter. Steve Austin hooks Ox Baker's trunks and delivers a high vertical suplex.
1, 2.
No pin. Action happened outside the ring, man. Steve Austin jumps from the ring apron, nailing Ox Baker, who was on the arena floor. Ox Baker kicks Steve Austin on the forehead, reducing stamina by 6. Check for submission. Ox Baker surprises his opponent and locks in a dangerous sleeper hold by cutting off the oxygen of the carotid artery by clasping down on the neck and head region. This also reduces blood flow to the brain, which in turn causes a temporary state of unconsciousness. Oh.
1.
Steve, no submission. Stone Cold hanging in there.
He's just taking a little time out, that's all.
Steve Austin leaves the ring, increased stamina by +10. Steve Austin has control. Legal eye gouge countered. Ox Baker easily avoids his opponent's move. Ox Baker has control. Disqualified check. Strategy card used. Possible DQ is stopped. Ox Baker changes his mind just a little too late, and in doing so loses control. Steve Austin lifts Ox Baker up for the full body slam, and he's going to try to pin him.
1, 2.
No pin. Very close, though. Steve Austin delivers a running elbow drop across the chest of Ox Baker. Wham! Ox Baker ponders the next move just a little too long, which allows Steve Austin to get control. Steve Austin has a momentary lapse of concentration, which allows Ox Baker to take control. Ox Baker continues to punch Steve Austin, barely stopping before the referee's count of 5. Bam, 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 bam. Ox Baker quickly grabs the opponent and clamps on a bear hug, a big bear hug. He outweighs Steve Austin.
1, 2.
No submission. Steve Austin not giving in. Steve Austin pokes Ox Baker in the eye. Ox Baker prepared for the opponent's move. Headlock. Legal choking countered. Steve Austin drops in the ropes and delivers a flying shoulder block.
1, 2.
No pin. Ox Baker grabs on the ropes. Steve Austin takes his eyes off Ox Baker for a moment to see what kind of ruckus is going on with the ringside fans. Ox Baker sustained a back injury but will not miss any action. The injury will force a trade of the following holds for the next 9 days. Trade to hold body slam to headlock. Trade to hold number 2 suplex to headlock. Trade to hold number 3 ropes to headlock. Steve Austin grabs Ox Baker with the neck and brings him over with a snapmare. Boom. Steve Austin hits Ox Baker with a series of body punches. Bam, 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 bam. Ox Baker counters his opponent very well. Ox Baker lifts Steve Austin up with a vertical suplex. Ox Baker lunges at the opponent, but Steve Austin sidesteps the move and takes control. Steve Austin pays too much attention to the referee, which allows Ox Baker to take control. Ox Baker pulls opponent's trunks for leverage. Ox Baker smashes Steve Austin on top of the head with a standing elbow smash. Now we're going to try to pin him. Down goes Steve Austin.
1,
1,
2.
2, no pin. 3 minutes into the match. It's been a slugfest. Steve Austin whips Ox Baker into the ropes and meets him with an elbow. Blam. Steve Austin gains the needed leverage and lifts Ox Baker up for a high vertical suplex. Check the pin, and then he tries to pin him.
1, 2.
2. No pin. Ox Baker gets out of it. Ox Baker kicks Steve Austin in the back. Wham! Ox Baker decided to use punches. Ox Baker expends energy, pleading for the crowd to stop booing him. Ox Baker blisters Steve Austin with chops while he has him trapped in the corner. Right on his chest. Specialty move for Steve Austin. Attempt on Ox Baker. The specialty move, Stone Cold Stunner. He gives Ox Baker the Stone Cold Stunner and attempts to pin him. 1. Ox Baker uses interference to call for help. Ox Baker called for outside help. Ale, who's been observing the match, pulls the referee out of the ring. Ox Baker is disqualified for outside interference. Steve Austin took the most damage in the match. Neither of them were cut. But Steve Austin did take the worst of it, but Ox Baker's disqualified, so that's the match. Thanks for watching. We got one more. And our next match is the heavyweight tournament match for wild card. British Bulldog versus the Junkyard Dog. At the Waterloo Convention Center. 12,500 filling the place out. I'm not sure the actual attendance, but we're going to figure it out later. I just took a guess. Okay, we'll start the time limit at 45 minutes. Okay.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Here we go. 145. British Bulldog, we don't know his height and weight, but Junkyard Dog is 280 pounds, 6'3". Yeah, let me do this again. I had to put on controls, computer control, and then set the timer at 45. Okay. Now we'll go to action. Here we go. Junkyard Dog's a good guy. All right, here we go. Rematch. British Bulldog has a gut feeling that Junkyard Dog is setting a trap for him and decides that an attack should not be attempted, so he doesn't attempt to attack on him. Outside the ring, here we go. British Bulldog continues to kick and stomp Junkyard Dog from the ring apron, not allowing him to re-enter the ring. British Bulldog fails to take advantage of the mental lapse by Junkyard Dog and loses control. Collar and elbow hookup results in neither wrestler gaining any advantage. Wrestlers release the hold. British Bulldog hoping to slow Junkyard down and applies headlock while keeping Junkyard Dog on the mat. Suplex attempt to counter. Junkyard Dog turns the table and makes a nice little counter. Junkyard Dog whips British Bulldog into the ropes and catches him with a big boot. Boom. Kablam. Junkyard Dog pounds the British Bulldog on top of the head with a standing elbow smash. Junkyard Dog tries to surprise British Bulldog, but opponent is ready. British Bulldog is able to grab control. British Bulldog slips in a wet spot and loses control. Junkyard Dog lands a big punch to the jaw of the British Bulldog. Boom. Junkyard Dog locks and a full Nelson on the opponent. Check for pin. Junkyard Dog powers the British Bulldog over with a nice executive side headlock takedown. His shoulders are down. We're going to try to pin him. 1, 2. No pin. Action's happening outside the ring now. Junkyard Dog nails British Bulldog with a chair shot to the face. Uh-oh. Junkyard whips the British Bulldog into the ropes, beats him with the forearm. Junkyard Dog decided to use punches. Junkyard Dog nails British Bulldog with a reverse chop to the chest. Smack.
He is bleeding profusely.
Junkyard Dog blasts British Bulldog with a chair shot to the face again. British Bulldog has what appears to be a cut in his right eyebrow, and the blood is gushing out down his face. So he's got a cut, minus 38. Junkyard Dog nails British Bulldog with a series of punches. Junkyard Dog conceals a chokehold from the referee while holding British Bulldog in front of Chancery. Junkyard Dog headbutts British Bulldog squarely on the jaw. Cram. Junkyard decided to use punches. Roaring crowd gives Junkyard Dog an added boost of adrenaline and confidence. He's stamina by 10. Junkyard Dog grabs British Bulldog and slams him hard on the canvas. He's trying to pin him now. His shoulders down.
1, 2.
No pin. British Bulldog gets up out of it. Wrestlers hook up and quickly break the holds. Specialty moves attempt crawling headbutts. You stand with a minus 12. Check for pin.
1, 2.
No pin. Wrestlers stare at each other with neither one making a move. British Bulldog becomes frustrated, which allows Junkyard Dog to take control. He wants to use a specialty move, Junkyard Dog does. Big thump power slam.
1.
Ooh. British Bulldog calls for outside help. British Bulldog call for outside help. Ally, who's been observing the match from ringside, slides into the ring and grabs Junkyard Dog from behind and starts throwing punch after punch, knocking Junkyard Dog out of the ring. The British Bulldog is qualified for outside interference. British Bulldog took the worst of this match. Damage for Junkyard Dog was minus 5. Damage for the British Bulldog minus 174. And minus 38 for his cut. So British Bulldog was bleeding. Well, here's the tournament so far. We got the winners of the match. Billy Gunn's going to the second round. There'll be a wrestler up here. I'm not sure who's going to be put up here in this spot here. And against Steve Austin and Junkyard Dog. I don't know those wrestlers yet. We'll figure those out after we get the 16 wrestlers down here. Okay. And we'll be making another card probably tomorrow. Probably call it Monday Bash or something, or we'll see what happens with that. And 4 more matches for you guys to watch. But this is a pretty fun game. I like it. It's interesting. Anyway, you guys take care. Have a good night.